guys, if this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to get this Creamsicle eyeshadow tutorial. Good morning friends, or good afternoon wherever you are. For me it is bright and early. And by early I mean 11 a.m. but it's my day off, so I have a right to sleep in, right? Well, today we are going to be playing with the brand new Give Me Glow Cosmetics Summer Lovin' palette. This is what it looks like here, and I'm not doing a first impression or anything like that because I have used this, but I'm just going to be doing a summery kind of sunsetty look with this palette. I am going to be adding in one extra single shadow as well, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial, shall we? So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, of course, so I'm just going to go right into this little NYX primer here. This is the NYX White Primer. This is the cream version that comes in the pot. And I believe this is very similar to the NYX Eye Pencil in Milk. It's just a creamier version. So now I'm just going to start applying this to both of my eyelids. So now my eyelids are primed and they look ashy as all hell. And I'm getting started by hopping right into this matte bright yellow shade down at the corner here. And I'm hopping in with my Sephora Pro Precision Crease Brush number 17. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right on in and get the brush nice and saturated with pigment. And this is going to be my transition shade today. And honestly, this shadow reminds me of Butter Cupcake by Sugarpill so freaking much, which is a good thing because that's an amazing shadow, and if you've ever tried it, then I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but it's very pigmented off of first application. As you can see, this shade does have a lot of pigment to it, but I'm not having any issues blending anything, and I haven't come across any issues with using this palette thus far. And I've only used this palette once before this, and I only used the peach shade and the watermelon shade, but dude, I love the eye look that I came out with when I used those two shades, and I didn't experience a whole lot of trouble with blending and whatnot, which is kind of what's happening here. Everything is very pigmented but still blends very nicely. But I have not tried every shadow in this palette yet, and that's why you guys haven't seen a review on it yet. I just got this in last week, and I'm going to be doing a review, and I'm going to put this baby through the ringer and see if it can hold up to my very high eyeshadow standards. So now with my Sephora color switch here, I am just going to rub all of the extra pigment off onto the little sponge. And if you don't want to go out and buy a color switch, but you do want an easy way to clean your brushes, you can go to Claire's or Forever 21 or any of those places that have those little bun donuts. You know what I'm talking about? They look like a donut, but they're for your bun. They're for your hair. But I have heard that you can make a color switch out of those, which is really nice to know. This material in here is essentially the same thing that's in the bun donut shaper things. And those are way cheaper. I believe they're anywhere from $1 to like $3, and this one was $15. It's always nice knowing these little hacks. Now that all the pigment is off of the same brush that I was using in the transition, I'm just gonna diffuse the edge kind of up towards my brow bone. So now I'm gonna be taking my Morphe B80 brush. This is a kind of smaller, more domed, pointed crease brush, if you will. And I'm just gonna hop right into this Mango Margarita shade, which is the lighter of the two orange shades. And I'm just going to start pushing this on the outer corner and bringing it into the crease, but I'm not bringing it as high up as I brought the yellow, of course. So I live in the United States and I live in Washington, and we have IHOPs all over in this area, and I believe that IHOP is a franchise that's all throughout the US, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But have you guys heard that they're changing the name of IHOP to IHOB? IHOP is a really well-known name here, especially where I live, and the fact that they're just changing it up on us, especially for IHOB, it sounds like a joke. I don't know how to feel about it. They're putting it into place today, and I guess IHOPs are never going to be IHOPs again. They're going to be IHOBs now. So as you can see here, I am just focusing the color on the outer edge and just slightly feathering it into the crease. So now I'm cleaning off my Morphe B80 brush, which is the brush that I used to apply the orange shade. And I'm going to be hopping into this deeper orange over on the side here, which is a matte, and this is Orange Soda Pop. The names in this palette are so cute and summery, and it makes me want a popsicle and a margarita. You know, the summer essentials, but it's literally raining here in Washington, and it's what, June 11th, June 12th when I'm filming this? What is that? What is that? But as you can see here, this is an orange as well, but it's a lot deeper in tone. So I'm basically going over the areas where I put the lighter orange, but I'm keeping the brush a lot lower and closer to the lid. I don't want it to completely cover up the brighter orange, the mango margarita shade that we used. I want that to still shine through, but I'm just adding a little bit of depth to it with the orange that's a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. So now I'm going to be reaching for a single shadow here because in the palette we don't have a red, and I want to use a primary red for this sunset eye look. We do have this pink called Watermelon, but I feel like that would be more pink lemonade-y, and I'm really going for more of a sunset vibe. So I want to reach for something that's a little bit deeper and a little bit more of a true red. So of course I had to reach for one of the most popular reds in the makeup community, and that is Sugarpill's Love Plus. What else would I reach for? I mean, come on. Does it get any more red than this? Actually, I'm sure it does, but this is a tried and true trusty matte red eyeshadow. And I'm just dipping in with this small Makeup Addiction pointed blender brush. As you can see, this brush is freaking tiny, and it is perfect for getting right into the crease, especially if you have really difficult to work with lid space like I do. So now that I have this little teeny tiny blender brush all loaded up with Sugarpill's Love Plus, I am just going to start tapping this on the outer V, just like so. And I'm going to start bringing this right into the very inner part of my crease. As you can see, that is literally where my eye folds when I look up. That is where my crease is actually at. So I am just going to really focus it right there. I do not want to bring this too high and ruin all of the orange and the yellow and the gradient that we have going on here. But as per usual, I am going in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Light 18. And I just have this little flat synthetic shader brush that I got in a set off of Wish for like $2. And the rest of the brushes were kind of crap, but this one has been fine for me. So I am just going to start doing a half cut crease here, if you will. Just kind of mapping out where I want the crease to be. I just followed the natural shape of my eye here. So I didn't go too high up. I never really go too high up. I just find that it doesn't look that great on me. I don't know. It looks really good on other people, but on me specifically, I don't know. It just doesn't look that great. I don't know what that is. Tilting my head back and following the natural shape of my eye. And I just do everything in little steps because some people can literally just take their brush and go phew, and have a perfect cut crease. But me, I find, yeah, see, I already got some issues going on here, but nothing that can't be fixed. But I find that it's just easier for me with my skill level to do it slowly and take baby steps. And hopping in with my Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna dip right into the shade Fireworks here, which is this absolutely beautiful foiled peachy pink metallic, which is right up my alley. I am in love with shades like this, and this one looks beautiful in the pan. I've never tried this on the eyes, so this is the first time I am trying this particular shade on my lids. As you can see, this is what one layer of the shadow looks on the eyeballs. I have not sprayed my brush down yet or any of that jazz, and I'm going to do that in just a moment when I apply a second layer. And I have my Urban Decay Vitamin B6 spray that I'm just going to kind of coat here. Second layer to the lid. Just to tie everything together, I'm going back in with my Morphe B80 brush and going right back into Orange Soda Pop, the darker orange matte, and I'm just gonna mesh this outer V in with the shimmery eyeshadow. So now I'm going to be hopping into the lower lash line, and I'm taking this Morphe 578 brush, a round, short, domed pencil brush, if you will. It's a little fatter than a typical pencil brush, but it's definitely still a pencil brush. And I'm hopping into this shade Sunny here. So I am just putting this right under the lower lash line. And if I do need to add some more of that yellow to kind of get it to peek through a little bit more, I will do that at the end. I'm basically just repeating the steps from the upper lid. So I am taking some of Orange Soda Pop, and I'm just going to try and focus this more on the outer third because it is a darker shade. So I try to keep the darker colors more towards the outer V, just like with the upper lash line. And finally, hopping back into Sugarpill's Love Plus and just focusing this color right on that outer V corner here. I am not bringing it very far into my lower lash line at all. So now I am gonna do my brow bone and my inner corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this little itty bitty tiny baby flat shader brush. This is a Morphe B16, and I'm hopping right into Coconut Slushy here, which is this foiled kind of taupey champagne shade. And I do have a highlighter by Give Me Glow that I'm going to layer over once I place this down, because I feel like this might be just a little bit too deep, but I just want to put it on the brow bone anyway, just to utilize some of the shades in the palette. And yeah, just like I thought, it's a little bit deep for my complexion, but that is okay. I'm going to pop something else right over top of it. So now I'm going to dip into my Give Me Glow highlighter in the shade Halo. This is a beautiful white gold highlighter. It's very high shine, very metallic, see from space kind of highlight, and it has a bit of a blue undertone to it, so it's very unique. I really enjoy this highlighter. It's one of the shiniest ones that I have in my collection. I did include this highlighter in my top 5 most favorite blinding highlighters, so I will go ahead and link that video if you haven't watched it yet and you would like to. So I'm going to do my inner corner now, and I always put down a cream shadow on my inner corner because I really like my inner corner to pop and be blinding and be the star of attention, essentially. So I always go in with a cream shadow and then I layer on a powder product over top because I get more wear time and I find that the color just stands out a lot more and a lot brighter. This is the Ideal Duo in the shade Lemon Drop. But I am just going to be taking the cream product from this duo. This is a yellowy light gold cream shade. I am just dipping my brush in here and just kind of coating the brush with the product. I don't want too much product because I don't want it to be too crazy, but I just get a little bit on the end of my brush and just pop it right in that inner corner area. Now that I have my cream shadow on the inner corners and I've wiped my brush off on my color switch, I'm going to hop back into Coconut Slushy here. Just get a little bit and pop it on the inner corners because I want my inner corners to match my brow bone. And like I said, Coconut Slushy is just a little bit too deep for what I typically like when it comes to an inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to hop back on into Halo here, which is also by Give Me Glow Cosmetics, and we're just going to add a bit more brightness to this inner corner. So now we are looking very bright and blinding and alien-like on the inner corner, and that is exactly what I like and what I go for. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes, some liner, some inner rim liner, and then we'll go ahead and hop back on camera. I will be back in just a moment. So this is my finished look. Now originally I was gonna call this a sunset look, but I feel like this is leaning a lot more creamsicle-y, and I feel like a creamsicle theme is a lot more suited for the up and coming hot weather. So we're changing themes here. It used to be sunset, now it's creamsicle. But with that being said, I am gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here, and I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I do hope that you consider subscribing if you haven't already. I am doing all sorts of makeup goodness here on this channel, so if you are not already subscribed and you would like to be, I would love to see you hit that button down below. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!